It's November 21st. JLD here, and welcome to MSTR Today in the Treasury Titans. Nothing in this video is financial advice, and let's dive on in. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. Bitcoin is being battle tested right now. It is a bloodbath. It looks like capitulation is happening. Where's the bottom? Nobody knows. But this is exactly when the real strategy shows itself, because most people are panicking during volatility. But what's Michael Saylor doing? Michael Saylor and strategy, they're doing the exact opposite. I mean, they're leaning in, they're leveling up, they're executing the most aggressive corporate Bitcoin accumulation plan in history. And this is the crazy part. Even with MSRR trading at near levels we saw when they last held just 252,000 Bitcoin, the company now sits at almost 650,000 Bitcoin. This is almost triple the stack at the exact same stock price. That's why this is one of the most asymmetric opportunities we've ever seen. As Michael Saylor loves to say, volatility isn't the enemy, it's a gift. It's what exposes weak hands and rewards those following the strategy playbook. And that playbook is expanding fast. The S&P just gave strategy a B- rating, nearly doubling the addressable credit market it has. The global regulators, what are they doing? They're reassessing how Bitcoin is treated as a capital asset. We talked about that yesterday. Corporate treasuries around the world, Metaplanet included, are now openly copying the Saylor model with their own perpetual preferred instruments and Bitcoin-backed strategies. We talked about Mercury and Mars yesterday from Metaplanet. This is how the next $1 trillion flows into Bitcoin. This is how the treasury titans rise. And this is why strategy is no longer just a tech company. It's becoming the blueprint for the 21st century digital capital. It might not feel that way right now. I get it. But let's keep on trucking. Because what does Michael Saylor want us to know? Just Bitcoin. Just Bitcoin. There's not even a capital Bitcoin B. It's just Bitcoin. Let's just keep things simple today and keep trucking along. Strategy says at current Bitcoin levels, we have 71 years of dividend coverage, assuming the price stays flat, and any Bitcoin appreciation beyond the 1.41% a year fully offsets our annual dividend obligations. So you're going to be hearing the FUD, all the fake news is going around about MicroStrategy and strategy and their dividend obligations, yada, yada, yada. It's just that. It's just FUD. Better Workman says NAV premiums will expand and contract all the time. These companies have options to operate even at a discount once they have prefs in the market. For instance, let's say MSTR had to drum up dividend payments. How could they do that with 56 billion of Bitcoin on the balance sheet? Sell options is a very simple answer. They would need, on average, $64 million per month, just making it a simple monthly amount for simplicity. That means they would need to generate a premium of 0.112% on their Bitcoin to fund the dividend per month. That is a premium on a very, very deep OTM contract. I know there's a lot of noise there about dividend payments, but it is really a non-issue in my mind. There are ways to meet those obligations, even without a premium on the equity for a period of time. Narratives don't always match the reality of a company's position. Applies to the others mentioned as well. Ben Workman does the work. Chris says, everyone wants the gains that come with outsized returns. No one wants the pain that comes with outsized returns. And we are currently dealing with the pain. And let me tell you, when this turns around and when we're rocking and rolling again, it will feel like you absolutely earned this. Stay humble and stack sats. That's what strategy is doing. They're just doing this over and over again. That's all they do. And that's all they're going to keep doing. Chris says, Metaplanet has all the ingredients to emerge as the true second best Bitcoin treasury company. I mean, Metaplanet offering yield products in Japan before strategy is a good indication. And then the Zinc said, yep. I mean, these are individuals, Chris, Bitcoin therapist, Zincs, who all are very bullish on Metaplanet, as am I. They still got to execute, but they're doing good so far. The Bitcoin therapist says they can't do this forever. And this is from Mike Alfred. They are pulling out all the stops to try to manipulate Bitcoin lower using perps and futures and all the other derivatives. They are working overtime to try to scare people out of their corn. Do not fall for it. They are running one of the biggest scams I've ever seen in markets, period. Mike Alfred. Zinc says, just to be clear, Jack Mallers in 21 would need to buy another 600,000 Bitcoin to match the amount strategy currently has. 21, Metaplanet, Strive, Strategy, etc. will all soon be buying billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin every week. You may want to hold on to yours. And this is when Jack Mallers was saying they want to be the biggest holder of Bitcoin. And hey, Michael Saylor would applaud that. He wants people to be buying Bitcoin hand over fist because it helps everybody in the industry. Anthony Pompliano, we're in a generational bull market because our central bank and politicians can never stop printing money. Now, does it feel like in this moment, today, we're in a generational bull market? Of course not. This is an absolute major pullback from what we've been experiencing. But this is what Anthony's reality is. And Anthony also says, the market will shatter your understanding of the world as soon as you think you have it figured out. One of the undeniable laws of the universe. And there are many people, many bulls like myself, I'm very bullish, who are just have to understand that the market is going to shatter our understanding of the world as soon as we think we have it figured out. Although I never think I'll have it all figured out, because I just don't have that illusion of grandeur. But the reality is the market's going to market. That's what it's going to do. We have a great clip from Michael Saylor and the Schwab interview. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Fire Nation, when you want more for your business, more privacy, more guidance, more success, it all starts with Northwest Registered Agents. These legends have been helping entrepreneurs launch and grow their businesses for nearly 30 years. They're the largest registered agent and LLC service in the U.S. with over 1,500 corporate guides, real people who know your state's laws and actually care about helping you win. With Northwest, you can build your complete business identity, everything from what your customers see to what they don't, operating agreements, meeting minutes, compliance paperwork, and more. You'll get thousands of free resources, lawyer drafted forms, and step-by-step guides all in one place, and you don't even need to create an account to access them. Best part, privacy is automatic. Northwest never sells your data and handles everything in-house. Don't wait. Protect your privacy, build your brand, and get your complete business identity in just 10 clicks and 10 minutes. Visit www.northwestregisteredagent.com/JLD free and start building something amazing. Get more with Northwest Registered Agent at www.northwestregisteredagent.com/JLD free. Senator Cynthia Lummis recently announced that funding for a U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve can start anytime. This is a massive step forward for a strategic crypto stockpile, and no surprise, was soon followed by a new all-time high for Bitcoin. If you're looking to buy more Bitcoin, BitIRA can help. In fact, BitIRA will help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into Bitcoin. This also allows you to buy Bitcoin using pre-tax funds, then continue to invest in it over time as you do any other retirement account. And if you want, you can even add XRP, Ethereum, or other cryptos. BitIRA protects your assets with end-to-end insurance, highly secure storage, multi-encryption, and is registered with the US government. Your IRA is fully IRS compliant. Best of all, you can trade crypto within your retirement account without incurring taxes on any buys or sells. Just go to bitira.com/JLD and request a free info guide. Once you do that and open your IRA, you'll get a free ledger. Think about this. In March, President Trump signed an executive order for the Treasury to manage 200,000 Bitcoin as the foundation for a reserve. That's just the foundation. Go to bitira.com/JLD to open a tax-sheltered IRA in Bitcoin.
There's 40 million companies in the United States. Why can't they all just issue their own token to raise capital, right? Tokenize your country club membership, tokenize your restaurant, tokenize your hotel chain, whatever, Katy Perry token, Joe Rogan token, everybody token. Right now, you want to go public, it's $40 million in 4 years and an army of lawyers. Well, what if I just wanted to spend the weekend or 4 hours or 4 days and I wanted to raise money for my $2 million company or $20 million company? So capital formation is another killer application of digital finance. The third killer application is I tokenize a share of Apple stock. Okay, why can't I just send Apple stock between India and Pakistan on Saturday afternoon on an Android phone? Okay, what are you doing? You're basically moving the securities market at the speed of light. Everybody wants 24/7, 365 trading. And if I can self-custody my Bitcoin, why can't I self-custody $1 million worth of Apple stock? And if I can self-custody, maybe I can actually, get bids from the highest bidder, and I can send $1 million of Apple stock to Singapore and get paid for it. So this entire area of digital finance, this is very entrepreneurial. It's all about innovation. It's much more sophisticated, and that is the other half of the crypto market. Now, the first half of the market, digital capital, digital credit, that's got regulatory clarity now, right? Bitcoin is digital capital. The President of the United States has said it. It's been the Secretary of Treasury. They've all clarified that. So that's pretty much just about issuing traditional conventional credit instruments, taking them public on capital markets. And if there's any hoops to jump through, it's like, how do I sell stretch in euros in Switzerland and get the sign off from the European Union, the Swiss regulator, the exchange, right? But it's not new law. It's traditional finance law. The other part of the equation requires clarity. I mean, literally the act clarity. And so the next big crypto bill is the bill that defines and creates the bright lines and empowers what can you do with digital currency? What can you do with a digital token? How do I tokenize my share of stock? How do I tokenize, STRC and let it trade at the speed of light in Singapore on the weekend on a crypto exchange? Right? It's not clear how to do that yet. Mm-hmm. Is there demand? Yeah, there's $100 trillion of demand.
What's the second best? There is no second best.